guys, Al DeMarco here. This is going to be your Tuesday video report. Hope you had a happy holiday weekend. Hope it was a profitable one. Interesting college football games on Monday, right? I'll get to your free pick in just a moment, but in yesterday's video I told you that I thought maybe if I had to go with the Maryland-Navy game, I'd go with Maryland. Strange way that game certainly played out. You know, Navy totally dominated Maryland. If you look at the box score, absolutely dominated them. Problem is, you don't win games based just on the box score. 3 costly turnovers, fumbles by their quarterback, Ricky Dobbs, and then an interesting coaching decision there near the end. Instead of going for a field goal and trying to force overtime in essentially what is a road game because it is being played at a neutral site, going for the game-winning touchdown and score instead. I don't quite get that one, you know? And Maryland, again, if you look at the box score, do not read that much into the Terrapins' victory because Navy gift-wrapped that one in a nice big bow for Maryland and Ralph Friedgen there. This is still not a very good team as based on their 2-10 straight-up record a year ago. Then the Boise State-Virginia Tech game. I told you I thought it was one of those matchups that you're better served just watching the game on TV, which is what I did, and you saw what happened. You know, anybody in this business, and I'm talking any handicapper out there, who goes on today and brags about Boise State, you got no room to brag. You were lucky. Just the same flip of the coin. Any gambler out there that happened to lose with Virginia Tech, guys, you were lucky to be in the game for how horrific the Hokies were in the first half of that contest when it seemed like it was going to be a Boise State blowout. Some fine football offensively last night, an exciting game to be sure, and a heartbreaker despite this, depending on which side of the coin you happen to be on. Of course, nothing compared to the heartbreaker of losing with Tulsa when East Carolina's quarterback Dominic Davis throws a 33-yard Hail Mary pass as time expires to cost me a 2-team teaser on Sunday. Now that hurt, but last night was just another one of those examples. Depending on which side you had, Boise State or Virginia Tech, you were either getting the break or the break was definitely going against you. By the way, before I get to the free pick here, I'm going to try to update you throughout the season with these numbers. You know, home favorites, week number 1, college football, went 13, 11, and 2 versus the spread. And double-digit home favorites, just 9 and 9. Early Saturday, double-digit chalks were covering left and right. Late Saturday night, just didn't come through. Double-digit home favorites, 9 and 9. Only one outright loser. That was last Thursday night when UAB, a 13-point choice, lost outright 32-31 to Florida Atlantic in a Sun Belt Conference game. Road favorites, only 9 of them this past week. 4 of them covered, 4 and 5 against the spread. Double-digit road favorites, only 1 of the 3 covered the spread. Now, you had a number of neutral site games, not only last night's 2 games, but like, for example, Colorado State on Saturday was another one of those. Well, neutral site favorites, 1 and 3 versus the odds makers, and neutral site double-digit chalks went 1 and 1 against the spread, and both of them happened to have 2 outright losers. Now, the one thing I take from everything there, when you do all the math and put it all together, those breakdowns, the favorites went 18, 19, and 2 versus the odds makers, 1 game under 500. And the double-digit chalks went 11 and 12 overall versus the odds makers with 2 outright losers. Now, generally, the first week of the college football season, and sometimes the first 2 weeks, the favorites are absolutely the way to go because, as I always tell you, it's truly a time that you have the advantage of the odds makers because the lines clearly aren't that sharp. Not like you're going to see week 3 going through the rest of the season. And yet the favorites failed to deliver. A lot of backdoor covers, a lot of poor performances by overwhelming chalks that had new personnel. Think Florida, for example, that simply couldn't even get close to the number. Think Oklahoma, for example. So the chalks were a huge disappointment. Now, week 1 of the NFL coming around the corner. I can tell you right now, historically, week number 1 of the NFL, you ride the favorites, you make money. Week number 2, that trend starts to go backwards. And then last year, as you saw, for a 5-week period then, in late September, early October, the dogs just constantly barked all season long. And I'll keep you apprised of that as the season progresses. FYI, if you're looking for a big play today, Steven Nover has a 100-dime release. He's won 5 out of 6 of those in baseball. That's his second biggest play in his 17-year career. He's won 5 of 6 of those over the past 8 weeks. He has another one going tonight, his NL West Game of the Year on the Giants-Diamondbacks battle. As for your free selection tonight, I'll be telling you the simple and honest truth is that I really don't like this game. I had 3 picks tonight. A trio of 5-dime plays, of which I've won 20 out of 30 since 2 Mondays ago. I was hard-pressed to come up with a free pick for you guys because generally I look at free picks, as I've told you, if you look at the video on the Video Vault page here on the site, free picks are kind of like the best of the worst. It's the pick that I'm not betting on. It's kind of like if I had 3 picks but I had 4 games circled, it's the 4th play. Tonight, I had to go out and find that free pick because the 3 plays I'm betting, those are the only 3 plays I like on this entire baseball card. But for your freebie, let's take a shot with the Rockies at home against the Reds. The Rockies have also benefited, of course, by the San Diego Padres' recent collapse here, losing 10 out of 11 games to cut their deficit in the NL West as they've gotten back in the race. They have won 4 straight and against the Cincinnati Reds and 7 in a row at home against Cincinnati. As for the Rockies, they won yesterday's game by a 10-5 count. That after completing the 3-game sweep of the Padres at Petco Park in San Diego. They are 44-22 at Coors Field this year, and you may remember from a couple weeks ago when I was riding them pretty heavily at that particular point at home. This is a team that bats at home almost 65-70 points higher, their collective team batting average, than on the road. They've also won 9 of their last 10 at home versus the Reds, not just 7 in a row, but 9 of their last 10. Now, the Reds are 1-3 on their current 7-game road trip. Johnny Cueto has pitched very well for them here in his last couple starts, but he's also returning to the team after leaving them over the weekend to go to the Dominican Republic because of an emergency family issue. He is back here tonight, but I'm again going to go with the Rockies here to take this one at home at this price as your free pick. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Wednesday as we get just, less than 48 hours from now. We're going to be kicking off the NFL. It's just around the corner. So we'll talk to you again on Wednesday, guys.